somewhere down in Tennessee, you're in for a treat because this thing's got some pretty exciting things happening to it. So very excited to bring you a couple videos. My first visit down here since I visited the site about a year and a half ago. So, but you can see it through the trees there as we arrive. But yeah, it's got like a 80 foot light monitor across the top. So let's go in and check it out. All right, well, we made it down here. Now, this project here, I just named it because we have a video. I got to have some kind of name. I'm calling it Moonshiner's Dream. Yeah, we are down in, let's just say, Whiskey, Tennessee. Yeah, we're somewhere in Tennessee. It's hot. It's probably 95 degrees. You can see. Sweating. The things I do to bring you videos to you guys, unbelievable. It's humid as hell. I don't know why people live down here, but if you're going to live, let's do a super energy efficient house. So here we are, calling it Moonshiner's Dream. You can call it a barnaminium. I think the semantics of barnaminium and definition, there's a lot of things in question there in my eyes. Barnaminium to me is a barn that maybe half of it I build out into a house, but it still retains the garage workshop kind of barn style, hence the name barnaminium. This here, while no doubt it looks like a barn, it is in fact a full house. There's a carport around the back. You'll see, we're going to take a quick walk around, but it is in fact a whole house. So it's not like you drive your car in and you sleep upstairs and look down at your cars or trucks or tractors. So barnaminium, I don't know. If you have a thought, comment, definition for barnaminium, I'd love to hear it because I'm kind of at a loss for what I should call it. To me, this is a private residence made to look like a barn. And when you see the color it's going to be, you're going to be like, wow, that is definitely going to look like a barn. Anyways, first thing about this, when you look at it from the outside, there's a couple things. Like I said, we're down in Tennessee. It is not uncommon to get tornadoes down here, right? So one of the things I worked on with the homeowner, who's a native of the area, he said he wanted that porch roof. It's actually designed to be a tearaway, meaning that it is its own structure, and then the main roof is its own structure, and then the connection there is very, very light. So the failure mode, should a tornado come, is that roof is just going to tear away from it. But the important aspect is the main body of the house will hopefully stay intact, so you don't get the rainwater and water damage that's associated with that storm. You forfeit your porch roof, even though it's built to look like Fort Knox. We have LVLs, the big Simpson brackets there, but hence, that's the first thing. The other thing, from a water management perspective that we'll talk about here, is that all of these windows are face sealed systems. They're not my typical water managed system. We can degrade our water management there because we've upped the ante with the 8-foot porch plus I don't know, probably on the order of about a 2-foot overhang, right? The homeowner has already said he's been out here for a number of storms, and about the first outer 2 feet of concrete gets wet. It never goes in past that. So these windows and doors are never even going to see water. But we still went with really good windows for energy efficient aspect, as well as the air tightness. There's all kinds of little bugs that want to crawl on you here too. But why don't we take a walk around, and because there's a lot of things about this. This is the tightest house that I've ever designed and seen built that I've heard of. So, and have personally come to, and I'll reveal that number a little later, but we'll take a quick walk around. So, stepping up onto the porch, couple things here The concrete porch. This actually has a rubber stamp, so it's made to look like the limestone that's in the local area here. And of course, we have our control joints there to help mitigate, and this is sloped to the outside. So we have our water management aspect there. As we walk down, you can see the full length of the house proper is all covered porch. And then we actually have the kitchen behind here with the dining area and the lift and slide door there. So out here, we have an outdoor kitchen, lounge area, kind of open patio scheme here. And you can see we have our gas line, we have drain lines there. We have a door here that goes inside to the mudroom, laundry room, as well as the pantry. So we have a secondary access there. The windows that we used here, these are, they're a Schuco, triple glazed. I was just wondering what the SHGC was on these. I don't think we have it there, but I'm guessing it's like a 0.24, 0.28, something like that. It is down there. So you notice there's a little bump here, doggy door, so dogs can come in and out. And then we have our large oversized window here to the tub. We have a patio door situation here to one of the bedrooms, and you know, our standard kit of parts. This is a Zip R sheathing. I believe this one is, I'll just poke my head in and get you the right number. I do so many of them that sometimes I forget, is this R6 or R9? This is, in fact, R9. So it's R9. On the outside, our stretch tape in the openings, our Schuco. These are UPVC doors. And one of the things to notice here is we have a 3-car carport on the end. The house stops here, but the walkway continues. So every inch of the house proper on the first floor has this 8-foot covered porch, right? So you can see it there, and you can see it is in fact a live working construction site here. So we have a bunch of our boards here. That's our exterior siding. They got primed and painted. 2 coats of primer on all 4 sides, 2 coats of paint on 3 sides, not the back side. If you're wondering what we're using there, it's Miratech. It's the first time I've ever used it, but it's looking like it's an MDO board on the outside, and it has a wood grain finish, obviously, but the homeowner and the builder were both very fond of it, and so we got it in multiple widths. If you remember my Riverside project where we did multiple widths of siding and an open joint rain screen, well, this homeowner absolutely loved it. You know what? If you stay there, cameraman, and I just come over here, because I want to just take a quick walk out here so you can see. We did a scissor truss here. This is a 3-car carport. So this house doesn't have a garage. Driveway comes up, and you simply park here. We did it as a scissor truss, so it's nice open air. You can actually pull your cars off for the larger moonshine parties that you'll have down here. And yeah, columns are all covered here. They're a natural wood, but they're going to get into spraying and painting and stuff here. So that's just the builder doing some protection there. And here you go. You can now see this is the color of the house. It's a true barn red. I think, what did he say it was called? Hate Me Red or something? I think it's called Hate Me Red. But yeah, and notice it is a true, you know, this is probably on the order of about 5/16 open joint rain screen. And as we move down, we'll be able to see how this all comes together. But you see that open joint, and the important thing to point out there is, notice when you look in the joint, you see black, right? That's the important thing there, that you're not seeing the Huber green. As pretty as the green as it is, we wanted to see black. So this is the Invisalign. This is a Benjamin Obdyke product. It's basically an exterior membrane. It's a non-adhesive, and it's UV protected. Right, so the UV doesn't break it down. And then of course, from Benjamin Obdyke, we've used these before. This is their UV batten furring strip. So those go on top. If you want to swing around here, I can illustrate here. You can see, I could take my fingers and pretty much slide them in back. It's a good 3/8 of an inch, which translates to the 10 millimeter Canadian, which is their recommendation for the rain screen system out there. And actually, if you come close here, actually, if I pick up this piece, you might see it even a little better. This thing is bi-directional, right? So I can put it, and water can run down this way, but it also has these grooves, so water can run down that way, which is how it got installed. So if I poured water here, and I've done it, you can go search my videos. I don't think I have to do it again for another couple of years, but if you poured water down here, it would come out the backside and not go over. It would go through. Those little grooves allow the water to go through. So we have our Invisalign is going to go all the way around, and our MirrorTech is just going to simply come down. Here, this would be a good example. This is what I would call a face sealed system. So a lot of times you see, we put the window in, we put it on blocks. We have our sill pan, and our sill pan usually drains to a rain screen. But notice here, it's taped with, this is a Siga Fentrum tape, and the tape turns the corner. So it is fully adhered, fully sealed up there. And the reason that I'm okay with it here is, in fact, we have the 8-foot overhang plus an additional 2 feet there. So there is, in the worst of storms, this window is not going to see water down there. So certainly not enough water to present itself as a leak. And then, in fact, the air tightness is going to make the suggestion that no water is getting inside here at all. And you can notice here, I was talking with the builder, and I was like, why did we use all three? He's like, yeah, we were just testing them out to see which one we like. So we have our Huber Zip R9 standard zip tape. We have Zips liquid flash. We've also have some Prosico, which is the clay colored stuff. And then you see there's a bunch of blue stuff here where we were also testing out the PolyGuard, which, you know, they said they pretty much acted the same. They do feel a little different. The Prosico is probably the smoothest, and the PolyGuard, the Zip, like, it feels like there's an actual rubber membrane on the outside of it. But they went and they did every nail hole here. And the other thing I wanted to point out that I think is clearly seen here is, I talked about that tearaway roof. So the only thing that attaches this roof to the main box is that one ledger. So that the ledger, and then obviously these rafters into those adjustable rafter clips. But if a strong wind came here, it could literally pull this roof off of the main structure there. And yeah, it would be some damage, but that's a lot better than if this roof was continuous all the way up and it tore the roof off and then rain and stuff got on the inside. So we can't see it here, but I'll put in some pictures of the section. And you'll notice the high roof is here, the other roof is here. There's actually a little vertical surface there. They're not coplanar. It actually sits a little below. That's what allows it to be that tearaway roof there. So anyways, we just have a bunch more siding. Obviously you can see they just started the siding. They actually put up a couple pieces because I told them I was coming. The columns here, they're gonna leave these all natural. We use the Simpson heavy duty hangers there, tie them into our double LVLs. You can see there's a knife plate down there, so that gets cut, slid down on that standoff, and then screwed through. And notice the bottom, that's about a 1-inch standoff there. And that standoff ensures that any water that's moving down this slab doesn't get any capillary rise into that column. So, yeah, just a beautiful job. This is going to get all done in cedar and cleaned up when we're done here. Nice big windows to the living room, double door there. Obviously, we have our septic system right here, and yeah, we can come around the corner and close this bad boy out. Tilt turn windows. So, but yeah, well, that's a quick tour on the outside. We'll go around and we'll talk about some of the details in detail, but why don't we cut this video right here and we'll head on inside. So if you're a subscriber, thank you very much. If you're not a subscriber, smash that subscribe button. Go tell all your friends, hey, you gotta go down there and check out the video, Moonshiner's Dream, right? You wanna see what it's all about. So anyways, stay tuned. Next video up, we'll jump inside and we'll show you what it looks like from the inside out. So until next time, I'm Steve Basic Architect. Long live our buildings.